So it depends on the situation that we are in. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and we have to recognize what is good and what is bad.
Thanks, AT. That really helps. Thank you, Mary.
First. All right, let's go over. Okay, we're making this video for a trade setup so you guys could go over it and review it again so that we don't have to continue doing this every Sunday. But of course, you are more than welcome to ask me questions if you don't understand the trade setup. Every Sunday, you are more than welcome to ask me anything you want, as long as I could be able to respond to that appropriate question. Okay.
Miss Mary,
Yeah.
just a suggestion. If you can make just a short video on trade setup, and that way you can store a trade setup. When people have questions, they just go to the video and look for the trade setup video instead of having looking through the whole 3 hour tape.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do today, I know we've been talking for 17 minutes. I've been recording this for 17 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this after the class. And then we'll the review will be another video so that you guys could go over it again, over and over. So let's go ahead and start with our trade setup. Very short presentations, and then we'll do it in action all together. I want everybody to participate on this trade setup, okay? So that we could all move forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Mary again. Today, we will discuss Josh's trade setup, which is good for our intraday trading, whether it's for momentum trading or scalping using shares or options. So let's begin with setting up the pre-morning structure. We have to make sure that we are using extended trading hours. We need to make sure it's visible in our chart. Then switch to the 5-minute chart. We will identify the resistance, which is the highest high during pre-morning market, and the support, which is the lowest low during the same period, focusing only on the body of the candle. Body of the candle only. We are ignoring the wick. Although wick is important, which could also serve as a resistance or support in the near future once you start trading. Okay, once the structure is established, we're going to repeat the same process for the morning structure. Easy peasy. Next, we are going to identify the morning structures. We'll repeat the same process that we use for the pre-morning market. The 5-minute chart, the same process. We will only include 3 candles over a 15-minute period before we set up the structure. From this slide, you could see that I've used a yellow line to represent the pre-morning structure and a green line for the morning structures. This will help identify the two. Using 3 candles, again, ignoring the wick, I've drawn a trend line connecting the highest high and the lowest low of the candle bodies. We need to wait 3 candles over a 15-minute period before setting up this structure, okay? So we don't trade if we are going to enter conservatively. We have to wait until 9:45 because within that 15 minutes when the market opens, it's very volatile, meaning it could just go up and down very fast. On the same page, we already established our morning structures and our pre-morning structures. We are going to use our VWAP. This is just the default VWAP, nothing fancy. I took a screenshot at the top to show you that we had deselected the upper and lower bands to keep the chart clean and easy to read. And we only need the VWAP line as it will act as a dynamic support and resistance during our trade. What is dynamic means? It means it could change over time during the trading hours. Our goal is to maintain a clean and easy to read chart for trading. Let's declutter that. Declutter our chart. Next, we'll examine the MACD using the 1 hour chart. Because 1 hour chart, we are following the Wall Street technique as they use this by the institution for their intraday trading. It helps confirm the trade setup and trend direction. So if you're going short, meaning you expect a downtrend following the impulse move, you would like to buy puts or an inverse stock to go short. So let's take advantage of this MACD line. So we are shorting it. We want the MACD line to be pointing down. And if we're going long, such as buying call options or share, we want the MACD line pointing up, indicating an upward trend as we anticipate the move in the bullish direction. Once again, we want MACD line to be pointing down if we're going short, and we want MACD line pointing up if we're going long. What about the locations of the MACD line, Mary? Would it matter? Well, in this particular setup, we only concerns where is the directions of the MACD line. But if you see in the bullish territory or you are above zero line or going for a call, it's an extra confirmation for an upward trend. It's the same thing if you are going short and the MACD line is actually in the bearish territory below the zero line. It's another confirmation of a downward trend.
All right, let's go ahead and pause it here. I don't want to show you guys the video. I would like everybody to respond and react to this chart. I want you guys to identify the support and resistance during the pre-morning structures instead of me giving you guys the answer. So give me 1 second. Let me share you guys my screen. I actually have okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
It's coming. Yes.
Okay. So I already underlined the first structure. This is a pre-morning market, meaning it is in the extended trading hours. So everybody needs to have their extended trading hours. Okay, so I have given your first trend line. What is your next support level for this pre-market? You guys are allowed to draw on my screen, right? Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, Jerry, since you're okay, Ryan. Okay, so both of you guys answer that. Thank you for answering. Are we using the candles or the wick? Thank you, Maribel. So I want you guys to correct each other or at least explain to me, Jerry, since you're the first one, would you please come forward? I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
I choose the wick.
You
So
choose
I
the
know.
wick.
Yes.
Okay. What did I say about the morning structures? I'm not saying you ignore it, but if we are following this structure,
Use
what
the
we
candle,
normally
not the wick.
ignore the wick. Why do you think we have to ignore the wick?
Just noise.
Exactly. It is noise. It is noise. But we don't completely ignore the wick because it could serve as a support or resistance. But for the morning structures, we actually want to use only the body of the candle. Okay, so we are using the body of the candle, not the wick, for the setup. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We are going to use the body of the candle. Next. Okay, so How do I erase this? Am I able to erase that? Can you guys help me erase that, please? So
I
everybody.
think they need to erase the person who draws them needs to erase it, he or her himself.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Okay, so now we established the pre-morning structures, right? We got the resistance and the lowest low, which is your support for morning structures. So now we need to wait 3 candles, right? So 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and wait for 3 candles. All right, 3 candles. So that will be about 9:45. So that's 1, 2, 3. What do we have to do on the 3 candles? What do we have to do in the 3 candles here? We're doing the same process as we did during the pre-morning structures, right?
Find the highest high and the lowest low.
Thank you. Are you using the wick or the body?
Body.
The body only. And this, by the way, we already have a VWAP here. VWAP is just VWAP itself, a default. Thank you, Big D.
Yeah, Miss Mary, quick question on the morning structure. So when we are taking the 15-minute, are we taking like 5 minutes? Wait, let's say at 9:45. Are we taking the 15-minute candle and looking at 2 candles from the pre-market?
No, these 3 candles, we are using this during the morning market. When the market opens, we wait 3 candles. Which means
Like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes? Like 15 minutes?
correct.
Yes. Okay,
That's
5-minute
correct.
candle. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Quick question. For those of us on the West Coast, pre-market is 4 a.m. West Coast time, but 7 a.m. East Coast, right?
No, it's 4:45 East Coast. 4:30, as a matter of fact, in the morning.
Okay, so 7:30 West Coast?
Ertuan, what is time? Is it minus 3 hours, Ertuan?
No,
Yeah,
it's,
minus 3 hours.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's early.
But you guys
4:30,
don't
yeah.
really have to, you guys don't have to wake up during pre-morning market. Because you really have to wait for the pre-morning market to finish. You're not gonna draw your line during pre-morning until it's actually finished. So you could start doing all this when the market opens, 9:30, because it's not like you're gonna be trading on that time. It's up to you. You could trade. Nobody says you cannot. But if you're following the setup, you don't trade on that 15 minutes. You literally wait for that volatility to subside and to calm down. Okay, so we established the morning structures. We have 1, 2, 3 candle. This is the highest high. This is the lowest low. We already have a VWAP. So based upon this, you could see it, right? So we're already, this is about like 10 o'clock. So we already missed it, right? So it's 10 o'clock already. So normally, aggressive trader, somebody asked, what is the difference between aggressive and conservative? Aggressive trader, they actually wait based upon the VWAP. So as long as their candles is below VWAP, they are going to take the trade. So since this is your morning resistance, you have your VWAP, that's your 2 confirmation. And assuming you have already checked your 1-hour MACD and it's pointing down, then people who are aggressive trader will take that trade. However, if you did miss this candle because it's falling, and you waited again, the second confirmation to the VWAP is actually better for an aggressive trader. Although nothing is established on nothing is broken on the bottom of the morning structure, as long as you are below your VWAP, your trade setup is still confirmed aggressively. It's not conservatively. So it means you have a higher risk of losing your money. So make sure you have a stop loss. Where do you put a stop loss? Once you see a candle above the VWAP, that's actually your confirmation saying, hey, you need to get out. Is that 20%? Maybe more. I don't know, but I know it's more. Okay, so now we have established your VWAP, pre-morning structure. Now we had passed this. So conservatively, where is your entry? Your entry is when the candle falls below pre-morning structure, morning structures, and below VWAP. That is your confirmation that your trade will, quote unquote, go to your favor. Hold on. This thing is just blocking.
Say it again, Miss Mary.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically you don't take this put trade until 10 o'clock, basically,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. You don't trade, you literally wait after 9:45 to actually see all the confirmation. So there's newbies have to really wait for the confirmation. Not unless you become an aggressive trader, then you take your trade right below VWAP. As long as your VWAP is being respected, you are fine. But keep in mind, your theta is eating your options. So be ready to lose a lot of money if it goes sideways. Do you see this? Okay, so we take our entry here, right? Because it's confirmation that, hey, we rejected this. By the way, this is a spinning top, right? This is actually a bit scary because both of them are spinning top, so it means indecisive. We don't know. However, this is another rejections because it's long wick. It's rejecting this resistance. I mean, this support. Excuse me, this support. It's a long wick. It's a bit scary. So, however, you continue to wait. You actually made money here, a little bit of money. It's because from 228 to 226, so that's about $2. So you're good. But you know what? You got greedy. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. It goes up again. You're losing money again. What did I say? As long as you are below VWAP, your trade is safe, right? Is that what I said? So yes, that's what I said. There you go. Now you're making money. What do you guys learn today? There is no perfect trade. There's really none. So if you do enter, you follow your trade, you follow your technicals, you trade with your technicals, not with your heart, you will prevail. It's a very emotional when you are trading options, very emotional. The only thing you will fight this emotion is your technical and your discipline, because you could have all the talents, you could have all the skills. If you don't have the discipline, you will lose. You will lose. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
Miss
Mary,
Mary, question. So on the green bar, which is going above the morning structure, right?
This one?
Yes, that one. Yes, that's right. So would that be an indication? Let's say if somebody gets scared because there is a green bar just before that one, 10 minutes before, and again now it's trying to go up above the morning structure. Would it still be safe to remain there because we don't know what happens next, right? What if the next candle is going to go up?
We don't know what's going to happen. You're right.
Right. So
But
is that considered a safe exit there?
no, you don't exit. What did I
No,
say?
okay. Because it's
Remember
below
what
the
I
VWAP.
said. Remember what I said.
VWAP is under.
Yes, below the VWAP. Okay.
Don't be scared because you know why? You got to keep in mind, you are now in consolidation. Once you see red, green, red, green, red, that's consolidation. Although your theta is eating your options, that's the risk you got to have to take.
Uh-huh.
It's options.
Right.
That's the risk you got to have to take. So that's when your discipline comes in and your technical skills comes in. I am safe as long as I am below VWAP.
So how long this trade should last? Especially for the scalping, is it like, because we are looking at the 5-minute candles?
Look at this, 11:30. You were sitting there from 9:45 to 11:30.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you could scalp here. Okay, let's say you enter here. And then this is, Amit, where you take a look at your 10 and 15 minutes. When you see all this candle here, this green candle, this red candle, that's when you start looking at your 10 minutes. And guess what? I cannot show you guys the 10 minutes here. Your 10 minutes will also show you your candles is right below that VWAP. So if you start looking at your 10 minutes, by this time, this is already 10 o'clock. You start looking at your 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. It's just have a little glimpse. Because at this time, at 10 o'clock, at 10:30, you don't want to go to a shorter time frame. Trust me, it will scares you. It's scary in there. That 3 minutes, it's scary. But if you look at the 10, 15, it's like a safer place to be. It's like more comforting. It gives you more like a cushion that, yes, I am going to stay with my trade. I will continue to trade this. So,
But Mary, real quick, most of this time you on a 5 minute though, right? When you're doing the pre-market and when Josh does it on the live, right? And he does the pre-market and then he does the morning market, he's on 5 minutes.
yeah, he is in the 5 minutes. He's
Right,
just
okay.
always looking at the 10 and 15 to give him confirmation.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, it's a confirmation. That 10 and 15 minutes is your confirmation. So that's why
He's also switched to the 1 hour to see the MACD. That's
Yes.
about it.
That's correct. You also look at your 1 hour MACD. You're already there because everybody will be scared here. I will be scared in here. But what is your dynamic resistance? Is your VWAP. It's your cushion that, hey, you are okay. You are safe with your trade.
Mary, are you on this? This is the replay, correct? You're doing right here?
This is a replay.
Okay. I think it should allow you to check the 10, 15 minutes even while being on the replay.
I recorded it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I recorded it for
But
the class purposes because I've recorded multiple classes so that I could show you guys some reviews. So this
Understood.
is what I'm trying to tell you guys that I'm sorry, my dog is bothering me.
No worries. The piece that
it is safe to be on your trade as long as you are below VWAP. It's a cushion. So if you did stay on that, I know you're losing a lot of money once you reach that VWAP the second time right here. But once you start, this momentum had gone down dramatically, you are making a lot of money. And then retest again, right here, you are making a lot of money. So from 530 to 523, that's $7. That's
the piece that I'm questioning is from this visual, it would seem as though the wicks did touch the VWAP.
It's a rejection.
So it would have stopped us out if we held the stop loss being the VWAP.
Well, no.
I'm wondering if the VWAP is different in a different time frame, which is why you would have.
You wait for the candle to close. You don't stop out when it was like 5 minutes and the 5 minutes is not over yet. You don't tap it out. You don't stop that. You wait for the candle to finish its 5 minutes. You get it? It's scary though. It's very scary. That's what I said. But you have to wait. You have to wait. And once you see where the candle ends or where it closes, that's like I said, it's either going to lose big or you're going to win big. That's
Mary, what defines
boom, baby?
Yep.
What defines that we are under VWAP? Like the body close should be below or the body open is above the line? What defines that we are below the VWAP?
Okay. This is not just for VWAP. This is for support and resistance, right? You want a body of the candle to be below. I'm sorry, my dog is really bothering me. Razi, wait. Below the line. You want the body to continue to close. You see this? It close. You see this? It close.
Yep.
You want that to close.
Okay. Okay. The body closes below the VWAP. Still, we can conclude that we are below the VWAP.
That's correct because you have that rejection candle. That's why we said when there's a wick, it's a bit scary. It's either good scary or bad scary. Because that wick is a rejection. Every time you see a wick, either to the upside or to the downside, just keep it in mind, it's a rejection.
Even if body opens above the VWAP and closes below the VWAP, we can be little confident that it's below the VWAP. We can conclude.
Are you talking
We can
about
conclude.
a breaking candle is not a confirmation?
Okay.
Not unless your body is at least more than 75 or 80%, but sometimes it could give you a fake out. So a full confirmation is when the body closes either above or below your VWAP. And that goes not only for your VWAP, that goes for your trend line, that goes for your MAs, that goes for your support and resistance. A breaking candle is not a confirmation. A candle, body of the candle closes above or below your support or resistance, your MAs, is a confirmation to whichever directions it's going.
Okay. Thanks, Mary.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and. Are we understanding that?
Miss Mary, I have a question. When you said look at the MACD on 1 hour for additional confirmation. So because you're moving between the time frames, by that time the trade could have moved very quickly and you could have lost some time, right? Because you're switching the time frames on the chart. So
It's
if
very
you
quick. It's like 3 seconds. I mean, 1 second, click and go back, click, go back.
So I'll give you an option here. You can actually have a split view on your trading view. You can have a MACD at 1 hour on the right hand side and have all your trade on the left hand side. So you can see both things together at the same time.
Yep, you're right. You could do this. Okay, we established that. I'll just show that.
Because I have been doing this and what I've seen is that just that 5 second, because we are not that fast with moving things from 5 minutes to 1 hour. And by the time you have to be ready with your trade, submit it, it has already moved like 30 cents, which is in option world, it is like $300.
It's true. Well, if you have the platform that allows you to do that, you can. Like this one, you could do this. You could have your 3 minutes here, and this one is 5 minutes. Actually, no, this one doesn't allow me to.
I can share my screen and show you if you want.
Yeah, some platforms allows you. It depends.
TradingView does it also.
Yeah.
TradingView is pretty powerful on that way.
Yeah, so go ahead and share your screen. That's the reason why people have multiple screens, because they would like to see that opportunity of the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes. But
Can you see my SPY screen? I don't know what you're seeing.
I am not. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing your screen.
SPY screen, okay. So what I've done is here on the layout, I've picked up not single view, but split view. And on the split view, if you see what I've done is on the left hand side is my 5 minute chart of SPY. I have my MACD, which is on 5 minute chart. But on my right hand side, I still have a chart which is on a 1 hour. And now my 1 hour MACD is visible right here. My 5D MACD is visible on the left. And I can quickly take the trade because all my trading is done on the screen on the left hand side, which is not visible to you guys at this point.
That's correct. Please be advised, not everyone has the opportunity to do that. It depends on their premium. What kind of premium are you paying for TradingView?
Oh yeah, mine is. I have a bigger account, so I actually pay about $150 for the whole year. So what I do is with TradingView, one thing that you always do is wait for Thanksgiving or Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
Buy it for the whole year on the Black Friday because it is 75% off.
That's right. That's what I always tell everybody, to wait for Thanksgiving to get the
Black Friday deal.
The Black Friday special. And that's what I got.
So in this case, if you don't have to switch. Like for example, by the time we switch from 5 minute to 1 hour sometimes, and we are just trying to see where the candles are and then go back to 5 minute. By that time, if the trade moves by even 50 cents and you have five options, you're close to like $500, $800, which is not worth it at that point.
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's true. So to go back to the trade setup, if you do have the ability to have a 5 minute on one screen and then have 1 hour or 15 minutes on the other screen, please do it. Other premium who has the basic, or I think who has 3 or 10, they may not be able to do it for the trading view. I think what premium are you? Are you have the commercial or you got the shop?
Mine is not commercial. Mine is individual premium.
Okay, the individual premiums, which is I think you are allowed to how many trades? Like 25 or something like that.
Oh,
Indicators, it depends on the indicator. So I think he has the highest tier. So
mine is the highest tier because I use a lot of other indicators as well.
yeah. So he is able to do what he's doing on his screen. So others may not have that privilege.
Hey, Harry, is this a desktop version or a
Yes,
web
it's
browser?
a desktop. You can do it in both, but I use desktop version just because my account size is fairly big, so I have to be very careful.
Of course, absolutely. I totally agree.
And I'm almost approaching retirement. I cannot take too many risks.
Of course, I totally agree. Of course. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's go ahead and stop recording this for the class purposes.